everybody, it's Emily Graziano here, and this video concept kind of came to me today as just an inspiration, but it's kind of influenced by the fact that China has closed its doors to international adoption officially on August 28th. The news did not break here until September 6th and 7th, but as of August 28th, China is no longer open for adoption. This news comes as a personal shock to me because that's what I owe my roots to, the fact of intercontinental, international adoption. And it got me thinking about life here in America, and then I started thinking about everything that I've gotten to enjoy here in America, like the movies and the music and the TV shows and whatnot. Then I started to think about the 20th century versus the 21st century, and the fact that my life in China was completely in the 20th century, and my life here in America has been completely in the 21st century. I left China in 1997 at the age of 1, and then came here to America in September of 97, and everything since then that I've gotten to enjoy. I realized that on this channel I don't really talk that much about 21st century things. Everything that I like from the movies and the music mainly, are from the 20th century, but I like a great deal of things from the 21st century, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about things from the 21st century. But before I do go on, I just want to say the time period in China from 1991 to 2024 in which international adoption took place should not just be a sentence in a Asian Studies history textbook moving forward. There are real people, real life, mainly women, who were affected by that, and there are long-reaching consequences of that one-child policy today. It's not just a sentence in a textbook. It's a real cause and effect event that impacted many lives. Myself, included my sister, included everybody that we were adopted with. It impacted all our lives. It's not just a sentence in a textbook. It was a real event. I just wanted to make that very clear. But I'll move on and talk about some fun things, some movies from the 21st century that really had an impact on my childhood that are really, really fun. Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is probably the best animated Disney canon movie to come out in my lifetime. I wasn't born when Lion King came out. That was 1994. I was born in 1996. I saw this movie in theaters 3 times when I was little. It was just so much fun, and because of this I wanted to be a hula dancer. I swear I'm still trying to learn the Hawaiian words to the opening song. It's like I still can't do it, even though I've been trying to do it since I've been 5 or 6. It's totally insane, but it's just, this will forever be one of my favorite Disney movies ever made, and it got to come out in my lifetime. So Lilo and Stitch had a great impact on me, as did Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc. I saw this movie in theaters 5 times when I was little. 5 times. That is the record. It still hasn't been broken. My sister had a Monsters, Inc. birthday party when we were little, because her birthday was kind of at the height of the marketing and all that stuff. We got Happy Meal toys, we had the play set. It was just a cool thing, and to this day, Roz is one of my spirit monsters. She's so awesome. I love Roz. Wazowski, you didn't hand in your paperwork. I think she's fabulous. I'm not really one for the prequel. I think Pixar dropped the ball on that, but this will always be probably my favorite Pixar movie, Disney Pixar movie to ever come out. So, Monsters, Inc. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears here. It's still Disney, but High School Musical was just such an impactful thing. I was in 4th grade when it came out, and I remember not liking it very much. I'm like, what's the big deal? But then I watched it, and I saw Zac Efron, and I totally fell in love with him. And it was just a big deal. This is something that really speaks about my generation, to my generation. It was as big as Grease was for my mom's generation. This is as big. This is like my generation's Grease in a way. I don't know. If it came out today, I don't think I'd like it, but I was just at the right age at the right time for me to like it. It's something that will always speak to me. I think it'll be a time capsule for my generation, and it always will be. The music is what it really endures for me. Even though Zac Efron was vocally dubbed by Drew Seeley for the first movie, but for the second and third movie, it's actually his own vocals. I remember everybody hearing "Bet on It" from High School Musical 2. People were freaking out, like, this is Zach's real voice. It was a big deal. And this continues to be a big deal for my generation and my life. That leads to 17 again. This is like the last teen movie that I really even care about, from 2009, the year I turned 13. I was 12 and a half going to see this on April 18th, 2009. Opening weekend on the Ultra Screen. You know how some movies will play on the Ultra Screen for like the first opening week or two, then they get moved to the smaller screen theater? That's how it worked back then. I got to see this on the Ultra Screen, and I got to see Zac Efron step out of his car, lock the door, and strut into the high school with his aviator sunglasses and leather jacket. That was a standout moment for my 12-year-old self. That was probably the hottest scene I'd ever seen on film up until that time. But went with a friend from school. We grew apart. But yeah, that's just something that I always will remember getting to do, going to see 17 again. Zac Efron was the teen idol of my generation. Okay, Princess Diaries. These two movies, something really special. Even my dad loves these movies. He loves the Princess Diaries. He likes the first one better. But, I mean, I went to go see the second movie on a school night. That was a pretty big deal. It was just so cool. It's like, we're going to see Princess Diaries 2. That was 2004. That was 20 years ago. Oh my god. It was pretty insane. I was in the third grade. I had just started third grade. Yeah, because that was 2004 to 2005. This came out like middle 2004. So yeah, I was going into third grade when I saw the second one. But yeah, I can remember watching the first one when I was like 6. And it was just something really, really special. Julie Andrews, that's over here. I got her autograph. For an assignment in 4th grade, a writing assignment. We sent letters to famous people, so I decided to write to Julie Andrews and tell her how much I loved her role in The Princess Diaries as Queen Clarice Rinaldi, the Queen of Genovia. There may be a third one, and if there is, I'm gonna watch it. Anyway, let's switch gears and talk about some of my favorite TV shows from the 21st century. There's this Australian TV show called Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries. This is my second favorite TV show ever. My first TV show ever, I will tell you in a minute. But my favorite, this is such a special show. 34 episodes, 3 seasons, and 1 movie, and it's one of my ride or dies of life, Miss Fisher's. If you haven't seen it, it's a very quick watch. It's smart, it's sassy, it's fun, it's stylish, it's like you're screaming at the TV because you want Jack and Miss Fisher to be together. I love this show so much. Okay, switching gears, The Crown. This show just ended. It ran from 2016 to 2023. Ran for a majority. I mean, I was 20 when this show premiered. I don't always agree with the writing choices made in this show. They leave me scratching my head saying, why did you choose that? Why did you put those two events together? Why did you juxtapose this with that? But it's still pretty good. The acting, the point that it gets across about the people who are still mainly here. It says a lot about this extraordinary woman who I have a lot of respect for. Even though I don't always agree with her choices, she made her own choices, and that's a very powerful thing. But the key thing to realize here is that this is based on real life history, and it gets you thinking about the real life history. So I think that's an important thing. So, The Crown. Next up, The Tudors. This aired on Showtime. It started when I was 11 years old. I still consider this like an adult show because I wasn't allowed to watch it for so long. But I love The Tudors. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. I totally have a crush on him still. I adore him. He's awesome. And because of it, I became a Tudorholic. Total Tudorholic because of it. This is my favorite TV show ever made, Downton Abbey. It ran from 2010 to 2015, and there's been 2 movies, and the 3rd movie will be out next year. So I was 14 when it started, and then I was 19 when it ended. Yeah. The show, it ran for 6 seasons. This is my ride or die TV show. It's my favorite TV show ever made, and it's British. It's just really, really great. You don't think that a story about an aristocratic family in early 20th century Britain would be any interesting, like, oh, they're rich snobs, but no, it is full of humanity and history and fashion and style, and you learn a lot, which is why I like it. But then there's also a lot of love and genuine relationships with these characters, so I really love Downton Abbey. And this TV show called Reign, heavily fictionalized life about Mary Queen of Scots. I was 17 when it began. Sorry, it makes my inner historian scream. I'm like, why did they choose that? That's too fictionalized. That's not the real Mary Queen of Scots. But because I was the right age at the right time, it's kind of like soap opera, teen drama. I was the right age at the right time. The show started when I was 17 and ended in 2017 when I was 21. So I was like the perfect age to watch it, I think. And it will always hold a special place in my heart. And because of it, Toby Regbo became one of my total celebrity crushes. And he's age appropriate. He's only 5 years older than me. But he totally blew me away with his acting in the first episode ever, because historically I'm like, well, his character's boring, I probably won't like him. Watch the first episode. Totally proven wrong. Okay, now let's talk about some of the 21st century music that I like. I don't own as much, so Paramore. This is my favorite album by Paramore. I reviewed it, but then I deleted the video because I didn't like the way that I did it. So in the future I will be re-reviewing the Riot album, and this time I'll have more I just think I'll have a better grip on it. So if you missed that video, I'm sorry, but I will be re-reviewing it in the future. One of the first bands to break up and change lineups that I cared about, with that their breakup and lineup change happened within my own lifetime. I remember not wanting to accept that. Like, I could accept that Kiss was broken up with a different lineup, and I'm like, oh, they formed in the 70s. That's 20 years before I was even born. But the fact that this band was formed in my own lifetime, broke up, and reformed with a different lineup, it really did a number on me. I'm like, no, this can't happen. This can't happen to a band that was formed within my lifetime. Like, it happens all the time, but it was just something that I didn't want to accept. This is my favorite album of theirs. It just captures everything. And the thing that I like about them, like, they're not emo, they're a little bit edgy. I know people consider this emo music, but I just consider it to be like alternative with an edge, and it's not too moody in the sense of like the mood. It's still that garage rock feeling. So that's why I really love this album called Riot. And then I really like the band The Killers. I would go see The Killers. I'd love to go see The Killers. I think that they are one of the best American bands formed within my lifetime. Like, I remember Sam's Town, the album, coming out when I was like in fourth or fifth grade. And the song When You Were Young. When You Were Young is probably my favorite song ever by The Killers. And the song, All These Things That I've Done, I remember hearing that on the radio when I was little. But I only recently got this CD. I don't know why, but I still want to get Sam's Town and Hot Stuff. I just think that the Killers are so great. I also really like the band Muse. They're from Britain, but I think they formed in the late 90s. But most of their music didn't go viral until like the 21st century. And this is kind of cheating, but I wanted to give a shout out. Thank you to my friend who sent me this Ace Frehley picture disc for my birthday. Even though Ace is technically 20th century, this album came out in the 21st century. So thank you for this, and the Def Leppard, Just Like 73. That was awesome, and I really love this. Now I only need second sighting, and then I'll have all them on vinyl. But yeah, this is awesome. I'll show you guys the back in case you didn't get a chance to see that. So here, front, back. So thank you for that. And yeah, this was really just something reflective, I guess, for me, my life here in this country, embracing the Americana, even though most of it was set in Britain or Australia. Most of it was just 21st century, my life here in America. And it's just something that I don't want people to forget, that international adoption was a real event. It impacted real people. It changed people's lives. It made people's lives better. I don't understand the criticism against it, but I want to thank you for watching this video, listening to me talk about some things that I like from the 21st century, and I hope really taking away something small from the international news that I just shared with you. Oh, and just real quick, this is a miniature Heart of the Ocean that I got at the Volo Museum gift shop. They have a Titanic exhibit there, and they have these mini Heart of the Oceans for sale in their gift shop, and I'm like, I have to get one, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna show it off totally in this video. But yeah, my mini Heart of the Ocean. I like it because it's more casual and it's smaller, it's not so huge. So yeah, I love that. I love this. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.